Hi guys, Aceface here. I've got another Tyranid video for you. Today I'm going to cover my recent Throne of Skulls list, and I'm going to go through it in detail and let you know how I chose it and how I decided on the different units and the balance and the way that I played them. I hope this will be interesting for you. The main reason why I hope it'll be interesting for you is actually when I went there I happened to come back with this. So I actually won Best Tyranid and scored the highest points in the tournament. Fantastic as well, really chuffed to bits. It's an awesome tournament, only a one-dayer, so only free game tournament, but thoroughly good fun. If anyone knows Throne of Skulls, the way that it actually works is they balance it, so as well as just your out and out wins, it also takes into account the army that you take, and it takes into account how nice you are to play. So you have what's called favourite player votes in the spirit of the game, so it's to discourage idiots and horrible douchebags that don't really want to play. So I mean, it's a really nice system that they play, but what it does mean is if you happen to enter the competition and a lot of your same army play, then it can bring your average down completely out of your control, and it is again just a balance to stop the powerhouse new codexes just taking over the tournament. So I think all in all it's a good system and it works well. Just so happens in this example there were 7 Tyranid players that day. I think 3 or 4 of us managed to get all 3 wins, so due to that it brought the average really high, which then affected our scoring system, which meant that it was impossible for a Tyranid player to win the competition outright, but due to the fact that I got 2 out of 3 favourite player votes, which was accumulated with the score, gave me the highest score overall, so really chuffed to bits. It was an amazing weekend, really good. But anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with the details of any longer. I'm just gonna go through my list and let you know how I won it. So here we go. So this is the list. I did think long and hard about this list, and I've tried to very much think about the likely opponents, the hot choices at the moment that are on the competitive scene, and the way that they're likely to run their lists to give me the best possible chance of being more than likely to give them a good game. And it's not necessarily just about the units that I picked, it's the way that they're loaded out. So I'll go through them with you. So as HQ, I've gone for my Flying Hive Tyrant. As you would know from now, I'm probably the most consistent unit in my lists, and with him I've given him just Old Adversary. I've not gone for Hive Commander, which is a bit of a risk, but these points bang on the nose and I had to sacrifice it for other things that we'll go through later. So he's the Warlord, and I've gone for the 2, obviously his 2 psychic powers. I kept consistently with Biomancy to try and get the Iron Arm, Endurance, or possibly maybe even Enfeeble. But Iron Arm's the one I was after, so that's the loadout for him. Secondary, we've got my other Flying Hive Tyrant, again exactly the same loadout with the twin-linked Devourers. With him he's bare bones, so nothing else apart from that, and that's how I loaded him out. Then what we have for the troops choices, we have the Tervagon. I paid for his extra psychic powers to give him 3 in all, and again I'm going for Biomancy in that loadout. With him he's got Toxin Sacks, nothing else other than that, no combat extra weapons, it's just literally the bare bones. And with him he has his 10-man strong unit of Gaunts, and they're just bare bones. For a fast attack choice, as you may have seen in my videos, my quite unusual choice of the Harpy, and the Harpy is more or less there overall to give a little bit of additional support to the Flying Hive Tyrants, to give them an extra target, and make them split their fire, but also be pretty good at taking out infantry with the 2 large blast templates, and also able to do pretty well against light tanks as well, because the twin link Stranglethorn cannon is a strength 6, so he works nicely for that. He also, my idea for him was if I needed to take down something with a high initiative, then he could come into combat first, half in their initiative, and allow the tyrants to do their business. Okay, so moving on, we then have 2 Trigons. Now I've just gone for normal Trigons. Now I would have gone for primes ideally, because I prefer the control they give you, as you've seen in my other videos, but actually I went for bare bones just because I couldn't afford it. So just the pure bare bones Trigons. But what I gave them is I gave them toxin sacks, and the reason why I gave them toxin sacks was on the competitive scene at the moment I very much expected to see the big Elder Wraith Knight, and I also expected to see a fair amount of Riptides. Now giving them toxin sacks means that no longer strength toughness 6 is an issue, or even toughness 8, or whatever toughness they come against. They can just shred them. With their volume of wounds and attacks, it means that they're pretty much going to be capable of killing anything that doesn't have an instant death rule on it. So that was why I gave them that. And normally I wouldn't give a Trigon toxin sacks because I think it's a waste of points, but actually in the current climate, for the sort of the big high toughness creatures that are coming through, it actually makes them just that little bit more amazing. So that's why I took it with those 2. And then the last unit, which you never really go without, is the Doom in his Mycetic Spore. With the Doom, I actually sacrifice his Cataclysm every single game to try and get Iron Arm, or trying to get something nice on the Biomancy chart. I didn't once, but you know, it was worth the risk, and he still performed amazingly all tournament. So that's the list, and that's what I would say. I personally think after trying maybe 10, 15, 20, 25 games previous with lots of very competitive lists, this I truly believe at the moment at a 1500 point level is the most competitive Tyranid list that anybody can bring. It does give you an immense amount of versatility, and it will also give you a lot of hard hitting strength as well. And bear in mind, my first game was against Dark Eldar, who have probably the most devastating arsenal to get rid of Tyranid monstrous creatures, and I still managed to come out with the win. Rode my luck without a doubt, but actually still got a good win. And if you're watching this, Elliot, thanks very much for the game. It was an awesome game, but still managed to come away with a win, so that was a great start to the tournament. So I hope that you've enjoyed this short video, and there'll be more to come, and I hope that you can stick around, and I'll give you some more videos on Tyranid tactics. Thanks again for watching and all your support. Thanks to subscribers. Please like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye bye.